Hello friends, welcome back to the next session on general insurance. Let's begin our learning. In this particular session, we'll be understanding and dealing with the concept of co-insurance. The learning objectives or takeaways from the session will be, we'll be able to understand or describe what do we mean by co-insurance. We'll be also understanding and dealing with the need and explaining the meaning of why co-insurance is different from the other insurance policies. Why is it necessary to take a co-insurance policy or undertake a co-insurance contract? And lastly, we'll be also able to calculate, see and how the co-insurance valuation is been done. Let's begin with our learning. The concept of reinsurance. In terms of reinsurance, we have seen that the insurance company is taking an insurance contract for themselves. So, insurance for insurance company is called as a reinsurance contract, wherein if a parties that have occurred into the concern that they have entered into a transaction wherein the risk of loss is supposed to be much higher and the mitigation is needed to be divided between the several parties. So in this particular case, the insurance company can again further reinsure the transaction or further reinsure the contract, and accordingly the contract can be signed with a reinsurance company. So here in this case, for occurring or suffering of the loss that is going to be occurred in future, the insurance company has taken an reinsurance contract. Now, which are the parties that are being involved in a reinsurance contract? The parties that have been involved in reinsurance contract are three parties. The first party is the insured person. The second party is the insurance company itself, that is the insurer, and the third party is the reinsurance company. So in this way, there are three participants or parties who are involved in undertaking or conducting the reinsurance contract. Now let's understand the concept of co-insurance. So co-insurance is the process of sharing the reinsurance or the reinsurance contract. Now in the initial phase or this stage, what we have seen, the insurance company gives an insurance contract to another insurance company. In the same phase, the reinsurance company can again share that particular single contract between the different types of companies. So in this case, sharing of a reinsurance contract is called as a reinsurance contract or a co-insurance contract. It involves multiple parties. Now, initially there were three parties into a reinsurance contract. But in case of a co-insurance contract, the parties becomes multiple. It may be either 4, 5, 7, 10, and the list goes on. So in this particular case, the co-insurance contract, the parties keeps on multiplying or increasing at every stage. And hence, when the number of parties keeps on increasing from 3 to 4 to 7 to 10, accordingly, it is a lengthy and long process. So when it is a lengthy and long process, it takes a bit time and waste of energy, money and resources for conduction of the activities in a smooth and effective way. Ultimately, the claim finalization process also takes a bit amount of time, and accordingly, it is not as simple as it is seen to be. At certain times, it may be simple only when the concern is the contract terms and conditions are being agreed on a mutual basis. There are no more involvement of parties that is beyond 5 or beyond 10 and so on. So sometimes the co-insurance contract may be simple, or sometimes the co-insurance contract may be complicated. Depending on the changes in the circumstances, time and so on, the co-insurance contract comes into existence. Now, in case of a co-insurance contract, the risk is always been divided. That is, when the number of parties, that is the number of reinsurance companies increases, so accordingly, the risk of loss also gets divided. And hence, there is a minimal risk to each and every participant or the component of the reinsurance contract. In case of an insurance company, the loss that has been suffered is completely minimal or it is zero. But in case of a reinsurance company, it is minimal, wherein at least the percentage of loss each and every co-insurance company has to share at each and every individual level. And hence, the risk of loss or the compensation amount is been divided between the different parties. Extra care is always essentially required in terms of a co-insurance contract. Why? Because there are several number of parties that have been involved. Several parties may have different terms and conditions, and accordingly, it needs a proper care and attention to be given about what are the various terms, conditions, validity, and how the contract needs to be fulfilled. And for those particular concern, the co-insurance contract is needed to be handled in an effective way. Now let's understand a scenario as to how co-insurance is different from the general insurance or the reinsurance contract. Now in this particular example, there is a lady that Miss Jenny, and Miss Jenny wants to spend a certain sum of money for her expenditure. For that particular expenditure, the total surgery cost is been calculated as $10,000. So here in this case, in the case of Miss Jenny, the payment that she has to make for her concern is the taxation, that is amount that is being deducted, is $1,700. The payment in terms of co-insurance contract is $1,700, and the payment for the health insurance plan is around 80%, which is the part of a co-insurance. So here in this case, the co-insurance is a contribution of the different contracts or the different agencies, wherein several parties, that is the Miss Jenny is paying 1,500, one company is paying 20%, that is 1,700, and the other company is paying 6,800, and in total, accordingly, the payment of rupees 10,000 is being made in terms of a co-insurance contract. So 6,800 plus 1,700 plus 1,500. In total, the payment of 10,000 is been made by three parties. And initially, there was only one concern in case of a reinsurance contract or an insurance company, where only one company used to pay Miss Jenny. So that's the example of co-insurance and how it has been different from the general insurance or the regular insurance policy. Now let's understand the concept of co-pay and co-insurance. First, we'll be dealing with the concept of co-pay. In terms of an co-pay policy or a co-pay condition, the fixed amount is being paid by the serviceman. That is, the service provider pays a certain amount of fixed money. That is, if the policy is been divided as 20 rupees and 80 rupees, then accordingly the co-pay will pay only amount of 80 rupees. But in case of a certain concern wherein the remaining amount is of $20, then accordingly the $20 has to be paid by the consumer or the service taker, that is the insured person, and the remaining $80 are being paid by the respective insurance company. So here in this case, when the total expenditure is $100, the 20 amount of dollar, that is $20, is being paid by the respective service taker, and the insurance company is making the payment of $80. Now let's take the second example of co-insurance. In case of an co-insurance, here at this stage, a certain amount of percentage is been set or decided between the insurance company and between the insurance agent or the co-insurers. So in this case, consider this example wherein you have to pay $100 for a doctor's visit. Now in this case, if the percentage that has been set or that has been decided is 30% or 70%, then accordingly, as per the terms and conditions of the contract, whatever may be the expenditure, whether the expenditure is $100, $500, $1,000 or $10,000, the co-insurance company will pay 70% of the amount. That is, in the current example, when the expenditure is $100, the co-insurance company will pay $70, and accordingly the insured person or the insurance company will pay $30. In this case, the co-pay and co-insurance contract is coming into existence. Now what is the formula or calculation for co-insurance contract? The formula for calculating the co-insurance contract is insurance carried, which is divided by the insurance required and completely multiplied by the loss, which is deductible, minus the loss, which is deductible, and output you get the loss payment. So hence the loss payment that has been done by the co-insurance company is been calculated with this particular formula, and just inserting the values, that is in case of an earlier example $70, $30 and $30 and $100. Accordingly, you need to find out what loss can be incurred and what amount of co-insurance will be paid by the co-insurance company. Now let's look at the concept of applicability of co-insurance. The co-insurance contract is applicable at all the different levels, that is for different types of insurance transactions. Those different insurance transactions are, first thing is the health insurance, the second is the property insurance, and the third is the title insurance. In case of an health insurance, whenever there is an expenditure which has been incurred on the medical expenses, then the co-insurance company will be paying a certain sum of money directly to the medical hospitals or the medical centers wherever the treatment has been undertaken. In case of an property insurance, at the time of purchase of a property, the payment of co-insurance contract, that is damage to the property or purchase of property or renovation of that particular property, the payment will be done to the respective vendors or to the respective bank or to the insured person. And in this way, the property co-insurance policy is being undertaken. In case of an title insurance policy, it is always paid to the person to whom the title of the property is been belonging to. So, identification of title of a person is of utmost importance, and accordingly, the payment is being made by the respective parties. So now let's summarize what we have learned in this session. We have learned the concept of co-insurance and what is the difference between insurance, reinsurance, and co-insurance. We have also dealt with and seen or understood what is the importance of co-insurance with respect to various examples. The various differentiation between the three categories was also being seen, and lastly, how is co-insurance applicable in the general perspectives in the various fields, and accordingly what valuation formula can be made applied to calculate the co-insurance value. That's all for today's session. Thank you so much for your patience listening. Thank you.